fellow Liberians, as we all have entered this year 2023, we have to stand strong in building our country's economy. In doing this, we need to focus on agriculture by going back to the soil, which will help us grow our food, that will help us sustain ourselves. It is often said, and I quote, "There's only one thing that can bring our country down and also has the potential of giving our country its bright color. Our dependence on foreign countries for food and energy have led us to be spectators of our country's economy, knowing that agriculture is the backbone of our country's economy." Fellow citizens, I argue you all join the Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Africa 24 Online TV with their host, Ma Abba A. Anderson, the CEO and founder of Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. For our live educative section under the topic, let's educate our farmers.
Welcome to Abak Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union, with Abak Organic producing high quality food with low environmental impact. Organic farming will play an essential role in developing and maintaining a sustainable food system in Liberia. To achieve this target and to help the organic sector reach its full potential, Abak Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union is putting forth an action plan for increased organic production in Liberia, including encouraging and supporting Liberians to go back to the soil and produce more food, negotiating and shifting local farm products for timely income benefits of farmers, working with farmers to grow more food, eat some, sustain their homes, and supply other parts of the world, training farmers to transition from manual to mechanized farming. In Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union, our mission is to ensure a stable supply of affordable food to increase and safeguard the income of Liberian farmers to keep Liberia and its rural areas sustainably vibrant. You can become a member of Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union right now. Just dial 0880-547-543 or 0776-570-925 or 0886-199-299 or 0777-567777, or you can directly contact our CEO Abae Addison on +447 943 523387, and you join immediately. Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union, we are partners for good.
And so we want to welcome you all to this edition of the Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. We are glad to be back. It's been a few days. We have not really been coming on live. So tonight we thought it wise to be able to reach out to our Vera community and all of our fans across the world. We want to say a massive welcome to tonight's edition of the Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. And so tonight I'm also going to be joined by our country director, who is going to introduce himself, and other members will follow as the program progressive. So on behalf of the entire team, my name is Madam Abba A. Anderson, your usual host and presenter. Welcome on board. So Director, can you please introduce yourself, and then we can start the program rolling. Your phone is still muted. Okay. If you are hearing me, your phone is still muted. So I'd like you all to kind of help me share this live tonight. I'd like you all to please share this live. It is essential that this information reaches out, and let us all just support this dream by encouraging more awareness. And it is very important, like I said, making sure that the information is rotating in our various community. And if tonight is your first time watching, following, or sharing of this broadcast, I like to say thank you for all of your support, and we look forward for more support from you. Today is another power pack one. You know, it is essential that we always be able to talk about issues that are seriously, unfolding in our various communities. So I want to say hello to you there in Nigeria, all my Nigeria fans. I like to say good evening to you all. I want to say good evening to the people there in Ghana and to Sierra Leone and to the rest of Africa, because we cannot just say hello without notifying everyone. But it's difficult to have everyone names all countries here. But what we want to say, we want to appreciate your time with us. Tonight is essential that I bring this out. As you all know, agriculture is where we stand. And we are very, very proud of our background in agriculture. We are very proud as Africans that are focused on rebuilding Africa through agriculture. And this platform is absolutely for agricultural purposes, as well as other, attachment that will help the agricultural process in Africa. So if you are maybe a part of an agricultural network, maybe in different country, and you think what you are doing needs to be brought out and the world needs to get to know you, just please get in touch, leave a comment, and we will definitely want to get to you. Mr. Mohammed, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and others that are watching across different platforms, I'd like to say thank you for watching. So tonight I'm going to be focused directly on the major concerns and the major topic for the night. And so our major concerns are the stands. This is the network that inform farmers as well as inform the world about what's going on when it comes to the farming sector. Liberia is a place where we desire to start from, because in order to be able to tackle the entire situation, we must be able to focus directly on a start point. And now Liberia has been presumed to be the start point of the entire agricultural sector. So we are now focused on Liberia as the start zone, but it's not limited to only Liberia. We are looking at spreading, but however, we want to first start from the start zone. And many of the time, I have not been coming out here much more because I have informed the public that we have election, and during the course of the election, our activities are bound to cease because of political reasons. And our country constitution, we must respect the political will of the people. So because of those political reasons, we have decided to not go directly engaging with farmers except where there is a need. And then we will go into that. So I think many of you have been seeing fewer videos coming up, but not much engagement is because of that. But one of the things that have hit the topic or prompted the entire topic tonight is the idea that we as Liberians are asked to have another voting process, which contributes massively to the delay of most projects in Liberia. As we stand, we are hoping to go on the 12th, I think, no, the 14th of November for a new election. And that electoral process is going to be standing around the two major candidates, which is the present government of the Republic of Liberia and the opposition government, Mr. I won't just want to call his name, but the opposition government, I would just say his name, Honorable Blackeye. And so Honorable Blackeye has been the vice president for over 12 years, and so he was once more last electoral process. He did also run. So this time there have been a slow tie, just very limited margin between him and the present leader. So because of those reasons, we have to now go back to a new electoral process that would give the both parties the opportunity of being the winner of this upcoming election. But most importantly, it is important that we have our farmers well informed. It is important that we bring this to the light of most farmers whom we have started getting a lot of calls and messages about, and that farmers are feeling more reluctant to go ahead and do any voting process. Because one party is saying to this other party, they have won, and the rest of the party is saying, no, you have not won. And all of those factors have led a lot of farmers feeling, what I say, distressed or feeling unhappy or lack of motivation. And I want to use this platform as one of the leading platforms in Liberia when it comes to agriculture promotion, to be able to use this opportunity to actually speak to the farmers across. And not only farmers, Liberians as a whole. Because this election, maybe people do not understand the significance of this election. People do not understand that this election holds the country to a moving point or as a standstill for the next 5 to 6 years. So this election is so essential, not only for farming, but also this election is so essential for every activities that we require in Liberia. And we must not take this election as a joke. Because depending on the result of this election will help Liberians to get out of poverty, will help Liberians move forward, to help Liberia embark on new journeys. And many of the time, we all sit and think that the election is for a particular group of people. Nobody's election is beyond that. This election focuses on everyone. And so because of that, I'm here to inform our farmers and motivate them. You must, please, make up the time to go and vote. There is not a declared leader already. Until this is done, there is not a declared leader. And I want this to go down in a dream to every Liberian and let everyone know that this is not a joke. And we must not take this as political decisions. We must look forward for the change that we all want. We are not going to move Liberia in the absence of giving way to democracy. The will of the people is very essential. And it rests upon what decisions we will take has the impact of the growth and development of Liberia. We must not look at it as a way of just playing an election. And it is so much important that we understand the magnitude to our decisions, the impact and the outcome that we expect. The impact that we might face in upcoming times and periods. What we see right now is just a glance of what to expect in the next 5 years. Let me start by this. I was reading different countries. I don't know if I can be able to share the screen at the moment, but while I will start to share a screen, I was just reading about other African countries. What contribute to that development? What are some of the strengths, or how did they process the situation of poverty? What did they do that have changed their unemployment rate, or has boosted their economy, or have built a network, a global network for them? And then I realized that we are still on the same path. What is different is one group of people have adapted, have studied, and have found out that yes, this is the way out. And we have still yet to gravitate to reality. Agriculture is the way. Agriculture will help our nation. But we must know first that we must have the decision that will encourage and prompt agriculture. As it stands, we are still spending over 85% of our income for importations. But with the help of agriculture, we are not just going to grow income, but we are going to feed our nation and our other nations. And that means our unemployment will increase by at least 5 to 6% every quarter of a year, depending on how much we invest. But if we farmers decide that, okay, these other group of people have said they have won the election, so there's no need for us to have election, I'm saying to you, do not listen to that. If any party would have won, we will not have been recycling ourselves for re-election. And it is essential. And I want you all to realize one thing. Whatever decision we take, we must not look at the effect of the decision only for right now, but we should look at the impact of the decision on the long-term matter. One of the places that we need to look at is the strength of the economy. We must look at how much our economy is at this point in time. What is the current situation within the gone 5 years that we have to take a keen look at? I know some of you will not want to listen because of political affiliation, but that does not really matter, because right after election, we are gravitating towards reality. And what I am saying in other words is we must be able to vote for the future, not for right now. We must vote for what can help the economy and build this economy. As farmers, the economy is one of the key areas that we look at. We don't not just look at the soil, but we look at the income out of the soil. If we continue to cry that there's no food, no money, and no opportunity, that means there's no way the economy is going to grow in the absence of these key factors. We must not look at parties or current income, whether it is from opposition or from government. It's just for a short play. I will tell you. We must be able to vote for From now, we have 10 days, and those 10 days are going to be crucial. But whatever our decision will be after these 10 days, remember it's 5-6 years. If your decision was you taking the plan for 6 years, knowing the fact that my decision is good and it can do better within 6 years, then you do it. If you don't believe that, I'm telling you, the America that we run to, the America that we rush to, America is physically struggling. There are a lot of different reasons why I would say America is struggling. You see, at the time we had war, there were not many countries that were dependent on the European and American income. But now we have war almost everywhere, and there is so much that different countries have to pay. So what I'm saying, in other words, is we must be able to look at our 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, and 2 years from now. What are we up to? Are we going out to not vote because we feel it's not important? If you were thinking that way, I want you to rethink. Because 5 years from now or 6 years, it's not going to be as easy as you think. As we all watch the political ups and downs, where protests, a lot of different protests, were raised in Liberia. People were going from one place to another. And yet, there was no redress. Many of us ran and walked to the U.S. Embassy and were expecting an intervention. No, there was nothing. And this is what I am saying now. No one will come to Liberia to ask you to vote for who you don't want to vote for. But voting remains a primary issue. Let us focus and put Liberia ahead of everything that we do. In as much as we love our parties, in as much as we love our political race, we must also make sure that this time we will not cry and we will not have to go protesting because there will be no ears to listening. I'm saying this to us all as Liberians. Let us not allow affiliation lead us. Let us look at the genuine reason. If you must want to vote for a particular person, I want you to take your time. Put into action in your mind. What are the things that you are sure that this person is capable of doing? Because right now, we have everything that needs an urgent attention. These are our healthcare system, and no one in Liberia can deny that our healthcare system needs urgent attention. We cannot deny that the economy is tough, and people that are even working are barely able to maintain themselves through the normal income of their jobs. 3, we must not overlook the fact that the economy is so bad that it hits us that we cannot even afford to send our children to school. And thirdly, we must not overlook the security process. Many of us do not understand what's going on, but it is true. So if you must have to vote, you must be voting that your healthcare sector will not have to deplete much more than it is, but you will have a leader, or you will be seeking a leader to help straighten out these areas. You will have to also realize that your economy will not have to rest on one person, but how best we can invite. So the economy has to be attractive, that will allow people to come in to help. One of the reasons why we are unemployed at a higher level is because we are not attracting investors in the land. And when I say we are not attracting investors, it's not to go on the internet and write, investor, we want you. No, that's not how you attract investors. You got to attract investors through your economy, your security system, your health care. These are areas that any investor will want to check. How safe are they when they come in? Will they be safe? Can they be able to spend their money and be able to get a profit over it? Or is the economy well built that can be able to help them retrieve whatever income that they will put in the business? Economists do not just invest because they hear there is a land. No. Those things does not attract economists. And that's why people that wants to invest, they have access to quality and qualified information. Remember, it's no more like before where you have to go and do a physical assessment before you get information. Right now, information just trade on the internet. So if anything you need or want, you can have it in the couple of a time. That you don't need to really go to meet them, but they come to meet you. So informations are very, very fast to spread out. And in order for investors to come to help mount out this issue of unemployment that have raged so much that is causing a lot to the economy, we must also have in place the leadership that will attract investors. We must also put in consideration that our surrounding, which is our security, is at its best to allow investors to come in to invest. We must also focus on how best our economy is strong enough to allow people to want to come in. These are the areas that we must be looking at. So the next 5 years is not going to be God come down and help us. No. It's going to be what we have worked on, then God has to come in. Because many of the time we Liberians, we tend to wait for God to come and do everything for us. But when it comes to decision, we make it ourselves. So this time, I'm just urging you as a farmer, a Liberian, or a family man, or a friend and a partner to Liberia to relate this information to as many Liberians as clear as possible. We will not allow the U.S. will not come to our rescue anytime soon. Our democratic will must take over. So whatever we are doing, we must be very clear and prompt to the point that we do not think or rely on international community's intervention as soon as possible. Because all of our protests have spelled it off. If you have never seen, I've seen a lot of protests that have went on in Liberia that we all thought would have changed anything. But all of the protests amount out to nothing. It's because, one, international community is not coming to make our decision. And I know you and I know that many of us have been opportune to leave Liberia and gone into different countries and seeing how different countries run the economy. So we will not sit back and fold our hands and keep silent and keep quiet. We will tell you what we see, Maybe some of you have had the opportunity to travel to a nearby country, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, whatever, or have had the opportunity to fly higher than that. But all of those countries were built on a system. They all have a system. And until we can come out to that, our entire process is going to be slower. Gone are those days where a whole country can rely on another country at least up to 85%. Is gone. Those things does not really happen. Except in a war-torn country where there is no possibility. But strategically speaking, there is so much potential in the land. But until we can have those potential visionaries that will see things and focus on them and rely on what to do best, we are heading for more dark days. Unless we can realize. And we must realize also that our leadership will determine our outcome very soon. I know some of you will not believe it, but you will remember these words I'm saying to you. Our leadership will determine the destiny of the nation very soon. Because after this election, every money that you see that is going in and out, do not think it's all done. It's all right. No. It's not a money that is building the economy. It's just the money that is taken out of the economy. And we shouldn't be tied down with what we see now. Because the next 6 years, Europe is heading to a dark, very, very hard time. Prices of things that we were purchasing here has increased. The same goes to America. The same goes around. And that is why we need to have a plan, the blueprints of plans that will help release this trauma of unemployment. Anything below that will lead us to more chaos. Because nobody is coming right now to liberate you and myself. It's not going to be automatic. It's going to require a lot of time. So whatever decisions that we are about to take as Liberian, some of us have no will to be able to vote, but we rely directly on your voting. And your decision has all to move Liberia forward. And that is why I'm here to encourage you, farmers, partners of Liberia, to encourage people to go out and vote. Because if we want to deliver Liberia, we have to deliver Liberia through the constitutional matter, which is the will of the people must prevail. It is our responsibility to encourage you all. This is not a political forum, but this is an opportunity to speak to the mind of more of us, whether you're a farmer or not. Because when the country economy is bad, a farmer suffer as well. And no one is exempted. This October November 14, it's not going to just finish. It has a long term. All that we are putting in it now, we will have to live for it for the next few years. And you young people whom can be advised, please take my advice. All of you young people who love a particular party over another party, take my advice. The next 5 years will rest on your decision. Can you cope in such a decision that will affect you for the next 5 years? positively or negatively. Whatever your decision is, remember that your decision has it all. Do not think that today a party have given me this and that will serve you for the next 6 years. Even they gave you 5,000. Just imagine how much is the prices of commodities, basic commodities, for the next 5 years. And that is if it's at a stable price, which we all know within 5 years the prices of things might increase. And so whatever we do now will give us double from what we decide now. So in other words, you occupying or you are living in a place where you are unable to cope with your present condition. You are unable to fit in the world society because you have been put in the category of being poor. Or you are being put in a situation where you depend on your friend, a brother, and a sister whom will send you something small. Now you are having the opportunity to make a decision. Let that decision be a genuine decision in your own interest. This should not be in the interest of any political party, but in your best interest. Your decision must overflow the next 5 years. And this is why this is critical. Because the next 5 years ain't going to be easy all around the world. Maybe you have not had the opportunity to listen to the BBC News or other radio stations to tell you how devastating countries are going through a lot of devastations. We are also facing a financial constraint worldwide. Secondly, nations are being attacked heavily from climate change. So food productions are being affected in different locations. Tsunami and floods have taken over buildings and towns and nations, and we all sit back. So it's not on a smooth platform that this next 5 years is going to sit on. And I must be real with you. Maybe some are not telling you the truth. But maybe you should ask them to tell you what is happening in the West. Because that will help you know that your decision of voting tomorrow or the 14th of this month has a serious impact on how the economy will run. Do not be carried away by the nice videos and the nice photos of Facebook. Reality will sink in right after the 14th. Remember, everything that you do, you have it to see within the next 6 years. If you were buying a bag of rice for $300, remember, you're not going to buy it for $300 no more. The next 6 years is going to be difficult. Have you had any plan? What will happen? How you will handle what will happen? Before you can sell your voters' cards, before you can go and be carried around because somebody is giving you something for the short time, I want you to just rethink. Are you prepared to be a beggar for the next 5 years? Are you able to afford that your 3 children will not go to school because the economy will not be good? Or can you even imagine that you cannot afford to pay your rent? If that is your major concerns, then go and vote with conscience, not with sympathy. Vote with conscience. I'm saying this to you. And I'm not being paid. I am not saying this because I jobs. Good enough. I'm a businesswoman and I will remain a businesswoman. But in every business community, we look at economy. And once the economy is down, that means your importation is going to cost you a lot more. Because you are not going to buy something at a higher rate and you bring it to a broken economy and you sell it for a cheap rate. It does not work. We businesses, we work for profit. And because profit is what we look for where to find profits. And so if you are just going to vote because your friend have asked you, love vote for this man, my man, love vote for this man, and you take it to be a joke and you just go and vote, I'm telling you, your consequences for the next 6 years ain't going to be nothing joke. This is no time where you will make mistake anymore, Liberians. And I want you to get this from me. Maybe some of you will not even like it, but it's true. You have time to make mistake. But at this point in time, listen to the news around the world. And you see how much inflation is taking over Europe and America. And then you sit back and really rethink that my action might affect my decision for the next 6 years. And I'm not going to lie to you. I am not going to sugarcoat you because I want you to remember these videos. In the next 5 years, you will go back and researching this video. And all you will see is that that's the truth she said to us. If we don't make the right decision and we think that, oh yes, my friend said my vote for this person, or this person is able to give me $5, or the other person promised me something. So you vote your 5 years because somebody promised you. It ain't gonna be easy. Brothers and sisters, I'm real to you. And I want you to take a pen and paper. In fact, this video is going to be live. So at least you can always go back and take my word into consideration. If you dare joke with your election in the hope that you will go and protest to the U.S. Embassy and you will go to the EU muff and everything going to be easy, I'm advising you right now. Make the right decision for your own interests. Not for the American, not for the European, but for your own. Look, the world is changing. Right now, one of our greatest problems here is that we are now working, or we are walking towards the 5th revolution, where we will be working with AIs. It started already here in the UK, where I ask people who are in tech, they will tell you. And the AI is about to allow a lot of us who have not even gone nowhere yet to even struggle more. Because what you want, AI know how to do it. So it just tells you how many of us that are running out of jobs very fast, or might have to go back to learn new skills to cope with the current or the future generation. So at distance, the world is not easy. Things are not going easy. And things will not be easy unless we can really look at it. And I'm telling you that. Director, I'd like to welcome you on board. Oh, he going again. The internet keep playing off. So like I was saying to you, this is all I have to say to you tonight. If you're a farmer, politician, Liberian, whatever position you have, remember these words. This election is a crucial election. The outcome will lead to change. The outcome will lead to chaos. All rests on you and your decision. Let us be wise. Let us be wise. We cannot afford to go back to new borrowing because we are borrowing enough. We cannot afford to be displayed because we have been displayed enough. We cannot afford to become refugees because we have been refugees enough. So if you do not believe it, or you do not think it is important, all of your vote has a major role to play in the economy. I'm encouraging you now to just rethink. Not for this month, not for this Christmas, but think for the next few years. How are you going to cope? Is there something that you think you can do best? Is there something that you think that you need to do that you have not done yet? I want to encourage you. So just before I will close, I'd like to bring back our music just to remind us that all that we are saying here is no joke, it's reality.
Fellow Liberians, as we all have entered this year 2023, we have to stand strong in building our country's economy. In doing this, we need to focus on agriculture by going back to the soil, which will help us grow our food, that will help us sustain ourselves. It is often said, and I quote, "There's only one thing that can bring our country down and also has the potential of giving our country its bright color. Our dependence on foreign countries for food and energy have led us to be spectators of our country's economy, knowing that agriculture is the backbone of our country's economy. Fellow citizens, I argue you all join the ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Africa 24 Online TV with their host, Ma Abba A. Anderson, the CEO and founder of ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. For our live educative section under the topic, let's educate our farmers.
Okay, so once more we want to welcome you back onto the ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. I'm joined by our country director and our director of Kima County. They both are going to call their names and introduce themselves to you. So it is up to you, your life. Please mute your phone. Yeah, go ahead. I'm hearing you. We hearing you.
I think this is very serious. That all of our people, they need to know your food, if I only sell your food, like they can hear people say, for me, I sell him a food. I sell him a food. They let you get a man. No, there is nothing to call some food. It's not no. I think the best thing to do is you should go and do it. It's good. Sugar is your right. It's whatever you have. It's a power you have. I think when you go, that would be that would say that that would be actually that you might actually patriotic to your country and you make decision for yourself and your children and even the unborn one. So voting is good. I urge all of us, our support our farmers to go and vote. On the 14th of November is important. Go and vote. Vote so that you can make your decision of your choice. It's important to vote in your country. That's your civil right. Please exercise your right. Vote. Do not sell your vote. Do not take any time for somebody to vote. No. Go and vote. Make your decisions. If for you yourself and your own generation, that's the only way that your own generation will say yes. Our parents were so before, and they were able to build a foundation for us. Because of the decision they made today, we have good room, today we have hospital, today we have schools, today we have farms, today I have gone to one of the best schools in the world, and I'm serving my country. So we urge all of you to vote. It is important, and we are in prayer with you. Let us all vote. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you so much, Director. And so we will now jump So, Director Susan, you can please come in.
Hello to all.
Yeah, you are live. You are live.
Thank you so much. I'm Susan Obedika, Senior Coordinator of Great Kipman County and Deputy Director for Mobilization, Republic of Liberia. Now it's campaign time for presidential candidates. We have two candidates. So I say I want to vote right. When you vote right, you enjoy for the 6 years. If you vote wrong, you cry for the 6 years. So even I think God for direction at this. Why some loving, caring, and God fearing leaders. So to our people, I think you ought to vote right. Why so peace, love, and unity to be among us. Violence can be. Violence can always carry us backward. Until we saw it, we think we were happy. Until we were innocent, but for now we are not innocent or nothing. So beg you, one peace, love, and unity to be among us. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. And so this is it. These are the measures from all of the directors in Liberia on behalf of the entire organic farm, Liberia Farmers Union. We are all together. We come with one voice. We come under one umbrella. We know different. We are one blood. But what we do today is what will pay us for tomorrow. If you do not work, you do not eat. That's just it. And if you decide that you don't want to work, you will have to wait until somebody decide to give you food before you eat. That's how life is. So our decision today, as we run out to election, must be the focus of the next 5 years. It must not be because of political affiliation. I love this party, so I vote for them. Do not do that. Our appeal to you all. As we rise and go to seeking help and support on behalf of the entire farming sector of Liberia. The message is still clear that people are not waiting if they don't see change and improvement in you. They will not be able to help if they do not see you really means you want help. Even here, if you call the ambulance system and you tell them, I want ambulance to come, the first thing they want to know why. And you tell them, oh, my head hurting. Are you sick? Can you move? Yes, I can move. You have you eaten? Yes, I can eat. They will say, okay, your condition is not that much for us to bring in an ambulance. What you do? Find your way to the nearby hospital or clinic. That's what it is. Unless you can prove to people that you are of no use, nobody, no means, people will come in. But if you are able to make your own decision, you are able to run out your own mindset, you do not expect people to tell you again what to do. So Liberians, we have graduated from all the different excuses. Oh, I didn't know. We didn't understand it. We didn't see it. We didn't. But this time, you are no more under pressure, my people. You are no more constrained to make decisions that will affect you. Make a sound decision. Our word to you might not be good for you tonight. But I want you to go back and rethink and think it well. How is my next 5 years going to be? Do I have anything inside that I am seeing now that will make me know that my next 5 years is going to be better? Is there anything that you are genuinely holding on to that you can say, okay, I have seen something for which if I continue to do this thing, I know God is going to help me through this? Because God will help us all in the next 5 years. But God is going to help us differently. God is not going to help all of us the same way. If you are putting in time and doing something and doing it the right way, God will help you. If you are lying down and do not decide to move and do anything, God will help you, but you will be there. And the person whom is making a change, they will develop, they will have impact, and then they can be able to overcome. So we must not say it and say, okay, if this year I eat this one, next year I eat, no problem. No, it's going to be a problem. If even you are not directly hit, remember, your family, your friends, the community, the nation is going to be hit. So it is essential that we make this awareness a public awareness. It is essential that we focus not on the current parcels or envelopes or handshakes or how you call this thing, traditional connection or county connection. We must free our mind from all those limited thinking. Some people want to vote, but their vote is only because they want to vote because this person is from that town. This person is from that city. We want you to vote for the future of the next 5 years. And this next 5 years is not going to be on a smooth path. My people, you're listening to this, is not going to be on a smooth path. And everything that we will do today must play off the next 5 years. If you have never heard any messages from this other organic farm that you take anywhere serious, take this message tonight. Because no more Liberia is going to be the way it is unless we move the way we're supposed to move. So I want to recognize our dad in the house. You are highly welcome, Professor. Yeah, we are not getting you, Professor. Your voice sounds low. think his phone, he's on, but we're not getting him. Professor, we are still not getting you live. But you are on, but we seems to not be getting you. So I think okay, he's also gone. So one thing I am stressing on, those envelopes will come. The friendship and the affiliations will come, but they will soon be fast spent. The very people that are shaking your hands now, that are coming to meet you to your very marketplaces, or in your very towns and in your very villages, might not be there in the next 5 years. You will have to cope with the decision. Welcome, Dad. I think we can hear you now. Professor, Professor, you are live. We can hear you. Okay, so I would say the phone is still giving him hard time. So the phone is still giving him hard time. And so, like I was saying, many of us, we have so many friends that are in power or that are wishing to become or join power. We are hoping, but our hopes are in a very, very tinted windshield where you can see from the inside, but those outside will not see you from inside. That is why we must not allow political reasons for our vote. But we must actually look at the reality. If I vote this person, will my 5 years or will my votes the next 5 years be genuine? Can I hop on this? Yeah, that you live. That you are live. Can you hear us?
The network bad.
I'm hearing you. You are
Yeah,
live. Okay. All right. So I think he's still not hearing us. Just moving from his stream for now. See if he does come back. Yeah. So as I was saying, the political reasons of our different connection is good, but remember the friendship is just so tiny. When people want things, they are nice, but when they get it, will they remember you? That is why we are talking about your votes being able to work for you, with or without your political affiliation. And let this not be because you see this person, you like the dress code, you like the color, you like this, because people vote for different reasons. People just vote because most of their friends, they are in a particular party. So because most of my friends in our party, let me just join there. No. Because you will have to cope with the next 5 years on your own. Remember, even if you ask a friend today for a bag of rice or half cup of rice, how many years are you going to ask that friend for that half cup of rice? How many years will you go and live with a friend without promotion if you cannot afford to pay your house rent? How many years will you sell and you are waiting for people to buy your goods? But because there is no good money on the market, which we call the income, or we call the economy, if there's no good economy, how much market will you put out and dust will take hold of them? I want you to just realize that how many times will you plant your crops and there's no market for it, nobody to buy because nobody has money? This is why your vote must represent your next 5 years. Because it's not going to be a smooth path. I can guarantee you all. Some of you might not believe me now, but I will tell you from now to July next year, you will all sit back and see reality. If only we don't make the right decision. The U.S. Embassy it was there when we were protesting. We protest. I would say almost every street in Liberia was a protest. What happened from the protest? Did anyone gain from the protest? Are we not still the same Liberians who are complaining the economy is bad, no food, the country is hard, no job, no this, no that? Now, you have to table all of your different, welcome, Professor.
What's happening?
I'm hearing you. Can you hear me, Professor? Okay, let me see if I can add you to the local line. I don't know what's going on. I think Professor wants to come in, but we'll see that he's not here. Everybody join us. I am a frog. Can you hear me? Sadly, Professor is struggling to keep up with the internet services. But as I was going through these scenarios, and I hope we are all being real to ourselves. I hope we have been saying the facts of what is actually unfolding in the country. And if you better know than I do, then you need to wake up and channel all of your sadness, all of your angers, all of your pains and frustration and everything, and put that into your vote. Because your future is the vote that you will use this time around. No one has your future. Liberia, you own your own future. You must look at it keenly. The brown envelope is there for 3 months or less. But the 6 years is stronger than the brown envelope of tomorrow. Your 6 years is more unpredictable than the tokens of $100, $50, $200, $500, $1,000. Remember, you got no other way to run because you are not running to the U.S. Embassy. Because remember, those of you who have gone to the embassy to even obtain a visa, the process to obtaining a visa have proven that it's not going to be easy because the process now is double. Why? Because they want to minimize the people that visit the U.S., the Canada, the America, the Europe. All of those flexible areas have been tightening. Even if we look at the migration system, where many people that were migrating from one place to another had the opportunity of coming to Europe and America, they will tell you that even being here has been one of the worst. And now the border lines are being tightened. So people are not easily flowing through migrant. And these are real stories. Find those information yourself. Do not rely on what I say. Maybe you think what I'm saying, I'm just saying it. But just look on the website and see how many boats have capsized with migrants finding their way to Europe. They die in the sea with no corpse to be buried. It tells you how much more we don't want more people. Even us that are here finding it hard. We cannot be able to put all of that in black and white to give that to you. But it's not an easy journey to get to where some of us sitting right now. It takes a lot. And that was then. At that time, there was no much floor, no much war, and yet there was a problem. Imagine now. I do not want to see Liberians struggling in their own land that they have to go living in a neighboring country anymore. I do not think any good, patriotic, organic Liberians will wish to see Liberians fleeing to Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, and the rest of the continent. Because it's not going to be an easy ride if we do not make the right decisions. And if you are covered by the political veil that allows you to see things in a political view, I urge you to remove it. Because reality is not far from sinking in. The brown envelopes are in the hands of those that have opportunity of living this country, to go to Ghana and other places to seek good medical welfare. The brown envelopes are actually in the hands of those that get on board and walk to the airport and get on flight and leave Liberia. The brown envelopes are in the hands of those that are paying mortgage in the U.S. and living on the sweat of you innocent Liberians. I'm talking about the brown envelope relying in the hands of those that came for status and they have secretly paid and secretly getting the different social activities that allow them to stay. But you, when you're sick, when your mother, your brother, your sister, your friend, including yourself, when you are sick, the only place that tells you to go is
on.
Can you hear me? Hello, Dad? Hello? Hello, I'm hearing you. Okay? So why is it important? Can you hear me? Dad, are you hearing me?
Oh, that. Huge problem.
Okay, so Dad, I just have to stop because I think we keep missing you and our time is fast spent, so we got limited time. So just to leave these few words with you. Remember that those that has those envelopes in their hands are those that have the qualification of flying into Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria, and the rest of it. And they will meet you on the line and they will tell them to pass because they are bosses. They don't wait. Their family are airlifted from Liberia to go to India to seek medical attention. While your brothers and sisters are lying in JFK, redemption, and the rest of the names, without even a fitting sheet on the mattresses they are covered in. They are lying in those pool of hospitals, lack of medication. And every penny that you have earned from this election, you have to use it. Not only on food, your husband, your child care, your own health, and the family. As our culture demands that when one person in the family has opportunity, everyone in that family relies on you. And so, those of you that are taking this brown envelope in the name of this will better my life, I want you to just rethink. Rethink as the US rate continue to escalate. with no balance, to have the economy break up and leave it on a steady grounds. I want you to realize the 505,000 might be important to you now. But as you change $5, the next one day it is finished. Calculate that $5 by the next 5 years. If you will have $5 to spend. If, and that is if, your transport from Red Light to Monrovia remains at a stable price, then you can look at $5 as important as you see it to be. But if you have never heard anything from this platform, Liberians all around, this is our responsibility to share this information live. And I encourage you all to please do. Because one thing we will have to blame ourselves for is our decision. 5 years, it's not going to be a joke. You may not even have the position you have. You may not be that well. You may need to pay your house rent. You may have to marry and have your children. You may have to pay school fees, whether you like it or not. You may have to eat, and you may have to look good. With 501,000 solve your 5 years condition, if the answer to this, if it's no, then I urge you, please, for the sake,
Right.
let me see if I can get. So for the sake of everything we're doing, please mute your phone, please. So for the sake of all that we do, can you hear me? Director, can you hear me, sir? Professor, can you hear me? Okay, he keeps struggling. So just before I will bring Director Dangale, I will just want to recap because we are almost at the end. So I'm just here once more to remind us all. It is our pleasure that Liberia will move forward. It is our goal to see farmers be able to sustain themselves through the activity of farming. It is our major proud to see our economy built. But it is most of our worry that we seek that the nation be able to vote right. Because the next 5 years, like I said, it's not a bread and butter. And if you think that your political affiliation allows you to go and just vote because you see this person from your county, you love this person because you think they are tall, they are short, they are bright, they are something, I am telling you, you are headed to more danger. Because we will depend on what our partners will help us with to bring it. But if they do not see that we, Liberia, we are actually in need of help, and we have shown that there is a raising concern which will make us to stand on those grounds, to ask people to come in to help, we will not get the help. And I can tell you this for facts. We will not get the help because they are not ready to trade their money in a place where the people are not ready. You over there, you will not want to spend your money. But you think that this person you want to spend on is not prepared for that spending. So the way you feel is the way they feel. So we must be static. We must take off the envelope and the how you call it, the curtains of political party and focus and development for the next 5 years. With no way, Anderson will apologize for what I'm saying to you today. Because what I see, if we do not take our voting process seriously and decide to move this country forward, we will be heading into that world, which is danger. Physically, morally, psychologically, and financially. We must be filled with fresh air. And this fresh air must be above political affiliations, political parties, or ethnicity. We must gravitate towards reality. Like I said, other countries, including here, are now rushing into AIs. So very soon, other countries in Africa will start to invite the very AI. While we are still waiting for hooks and yet can't feed ourselves. While we are still complaining about economy, other countries are investing in the future of their nation. So it is up to you all Liberians. Do not rely on America giving you visa, because it is going to be easy. The European visa is not going to be easy. Do not rely on India carrying you to India, because it's not cheap. They are making business. If we do not focus on developing that country, and we want to think that politics and political affiliation will build it, then that 6 years, I will sit right here and tell you what will happen. And it will, you know why? Because it does not happen out of mistake. It happened because of action. And what I'm saying here to you, whether you believe me or not, your votes are very essential. And now, let it be clear to you all that the Western world has an issue. Inflation, climate change, war, economic stability, and the rest of it all. So the last thing they want to hear is a country that they've been dumping a lot of finance, their efforts, and see nothing as an outcome of improvement, and still think that they will come back. I am telling you, it's not going to run in a very smooth path. As our country still stands, our borrowing are higher than our performance. We are borrowing more because we are not developing anything that will bring us much profits. We still send in golds and diamonds, which is good, but it's not good enough to sustain the economy. That is why our borrowing continue to rise. And you know why? When we borrow, it's not the same that we return. We return with an interest. Remember, your children have to pay for that interest that you and I even enjoy. So your brown envelope, you Liberians who love the brown envelopes, who feel that going to the party and dancing and singing will bring you the stability. I want you to Professor, you can hear me? Professor, he's forcing to come in tomorrow and not giving him chance. And so that's why I would like to stop here and introduce our director while we can get Professor to come in. Professor, if you're getting me, you can please come in. I think your phone is on mute. I may have to unmute it. No, I think it's muted to your side. I'm trying to unmute it, but it's still not giving me. But if you are hearing me, you can please unmute. Okay, Director Dangale, if you are hearing, this is where we are talking to our various community, including the farming community of Liberia, to rise up, to shine, meaning to vote, and let their voting be essential to them and the nation. Let their voting be able to help the improvement of our nation. So if you have anything you want to say regarding that, the floor is all yours.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm very sorry for coming late, though I was not aware of the meeting, but it is better late than never.
No, it's not meeting. You are on a live. You are on a live show.
Okay, so thank you very much. And you know, we as ABBA people, we say we will never rest until we change life for good. And as I speak to you today, being a Sunday, I'm just like entering home like the 25 minutes now. I will in a few talking with farmers, watermelon farmers who are taking to harvest, and they are finding a lot of challenges about how to get car to get that produce in Bolivia. So it is just the same message we are preaching. Even on the radio this morning, Randall and I, with the director, we were speaking the same message, because that depends on us about the way we will take decision. You know, one good thing we try sharing with the people here is that you take 1 second, let me say 1 second, because just to take a thumb and put it on somebody, it just take a second. But that second will have effect on you for 6 or 9 years. So we need to be careful the way we are doing our decision, or we are making our decision that can change the life of this country. Because if this country is not peaceful, if the country is not safe, I mean, we as citizens of the country will never be safe. In fact, our life will be at risk. So we all are on our feet, and we talk to farmers in all ways to make sure that they stay out of violence, they stay out of, just uttering words that will bring chaos in the country, so we can observe this election very peacefully. And we are also encouraging them to not stay back, because some are feeling behind over time. They say, oh, for me, any decision the people who have made, it is our own decision, so let them just go. So we are also talking with them, encouraging them. If our farmer who are like saying, I'm not wasting my time, every day I'm talking to what to play, so we are on farm and we are not getting anything from the produce. So for next year, probably I'm not farming, I'm not planting watermelon. We're telling them, giving them the encouragement that things will get better based upon the kind of decision we will take. So thank you very much. Thank you so much. I came a little bit late because I'm always happy to be with my farmers in the field, talking with them. And very shortly, I'm going to send a video to the good job to tell you that I'm not just talking, but I do a lot of video to tell you that our farmers are there and they are willing to work in Liberia to change Liberia positively. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Director. And so that's almost, we have come to the end of the show. I will just give opportunity to our country director, and then followed by Director Susan, who will have the final, say towards the program, and then I will close. So to you.
Just want to appreciate you so much for the encouragement to our people. I hope they will listen well and stay good and vote right. Because this is our nation, Liberia. Our children future, their children future. That's what we are fighting for now. So, eyes for the peace, love and unity to continue.
Thank you, Director.
Thank you.
you, Director, and also to Director Dangale to give his final before I do the final closing. Yeah, so you, Director Dangale, then I will close, please. Okay, so I will say Director Dangale, I don't know if he's hearing, but if you are not hearing me, then I will just be able to close as we go. First of all, just before we close, we'll say thank you to Hawa Francis. I said thank you. I want to say thank you to you. Okay, go ahead, Arthur. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I also want to say thank you very much, you, and I must be so grateful to the Almighty God for hearing a very, very strong and beautiful tone from the CEO, because we were a little bit downhearted when the CEO talking. We can hear always say, God, please take control, and as God will have it for all, she's back very super heavy and giving all of the awareness and encouragement as well. So I just like to say, use 1 second and make positive decision for 6 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, like I was saying to all of the various listeners who have sent a thumbs up, I'm seeing in Barcelona, I'm still seeing Miss. Yeah. Thank you to you there. And to all of you who have been following us, I see a lot of thumbs up, like I was saying. So we have all of your thumbs being up, and we want to say thank you because it shows that you appreciate the program and you appreciate what we're doing. But I want you to just escalate this by firing the messages to other part of our continent. Let people get to be aware of what we are saying. The awareness will create more activities in, and it also has the tendency of shaping the mindset of the decision of a lot of Liberians. We need to continue the motivation. We also need to continue the elevation. We will elevate the mindset by allowing them the opportunity to listening to us, to giving them the right messages, to allowing them to think and rethink about the future of the next 5 years, to give them the opportunity to know that the brown envelope is for 2 months, but the 6 years to come is going to be more challenging if there is nothing done to tackle the present condition. Relax. Right now, the condition have not changed in Liberia. What have changed is just the circumstances. The circumstances around you have allowed you now to receive a brown envelope, just for the short time. It allowed you to affiliate and to see people of influence in your community, but have not yet addressed your condition. And that's why I want you to know the visitations in your very community have nowhere changed your condition. What it has done, it have just allowed them to see and know your present condition. But there has been no redress, and there will be no redress except you make the right decision. What is going to change? It is your vote. That's going to change what is meant to be changed. But their visitation, that brown envelope, taking you from one police station to another one, giving you motorbike or giving you gas here, is not going to change your situation. It's just for a short moment. The moment they have been pronounced, the moment they are going back to their respected offices, it will take an additional 6 years or more before you will see them in your communities. If you have not taken that from me, I want you to take that now. The visitations are now. The brown envelopes are now. Their gas slips are now. Their motorbikes are now. After those time, you will have no way to see them, to visit them, or to have a chat with them. Your present condition is just a matter of time. If you don't change your condition, they will not change it for you. So your votes must give you the right to think on the future, not the current, not the envelope, not the friends, not the family, not the political affiliation, not from the county, not because the person is from our county. But you must see that this person is indeed in the interest of change. This person is indeed in the interest of building our economy. This person is indeed a reliable person that can change, that we can live with, we can work with, we can understand, they understand us. Even though they will not bring it all, but they will stay with us in the time that we need them most. This person is able to carry us through. This person is able to redirect us and bring in new strategy to tackle our current condition. That's why I want you to think on. Because the envelopes are all your economy. The envelope are the taxes, the water market, those people that bring receipt to you to pay for the tower market that you sell it on. These are the taxes they collect. Do not think it's from someone's pocket. It is your money. Do not allow your own money to hindrance your future. What you see now, the circulation of income, I can guarantee you, it's just for a short time. Your economy is not yet fixed. Do not get this wrong. The economy is still bad until now I'm speaking to you. Economy is still bad. Your motorbike, your brown envelope has not yet changed the economy. It's still waiting to be addressed. Why are you going to make decision? Know this. The motorbike is parking, but your gas is increasing. Your US rate is not coming down. No, the economy is not withholding the power of the exchange rate. That is why the rate has no limit. It goes up and wants to come down, it do. Because nobody controls it. It controls your economy. But when you start to build something that matches the economy, then you tell the economy what you want and how it should be carried on. So your vote will determine all of those things. I will not tell you, go and vote John Brown or Peter Paul. But just remember, if you're 5 years, because what is happening now, it have not changed, like I said. So if you look at your present condition, times that condition 5 times. If you are enjoying, times your enjoyment 5 times. If you are struggling, times it 5 times. Because every time that you count on represent 1 year. So if you have calculated all of that and you foresee the reason why you have to vote for this person, carry on and vote. Because your conscience, the awareness you need has been given out. Some of us, we voted wrongly because we were not given the right awareness. And that is why I'm going to appeal to all of the directors. Let these measures be our weapon for the weak. Let us all share in different groups and different platforms. Because measures like this does not come all the time, but it have come. It should be gone out because people need to hear this message. This message is a life-changing message that will allow us all to look at things not because of friendship, not because of political party, not because of county affiliation, but because of development. Because we want the actual change that we think we deserve. So please, to all directors, I will be checking on all of your platforms this week to make sure the measures go. I beg you. Yeah, this identical measures has to go because it's at the right timing. The timing is accurate because we are still heading towards election. And as we are heading towards election, we need to create the awareness. And I hope I will be able to speak into a lot of different counties through the radio stations. And these measures will still go. But equally so, we have opportunity to this information spreading around. Even if it can go to how many thousands of people, let it be. Because we need to deliver the message. And we are obliged to making this message heard by our people. So that we don't sit back to hold the responsibility of not being able to actually tell them the truth. Many of them will rely on us to tell them what they should do. But all what they should do is in this one message. And let us take it and escalate it. If it's cause for me to boost this message, I will boost it. Because I think it is so filled with every ingredients that will allow any electoral process to be from the heart, not from the envelopes anymore. So I like to stop right here and say thank you to all of you who has been listening, following, sharing. Let us equip the mindset of our people. The nation depends on us now. Our change is in our hands based on our decision. Let us focus. Let us be determined. Ghana is not waiting for us. Nigeria is not waiting for us. Sierra Leone is not waiting for us. Every country is moving ahead. And we must move our nation ahead. So we have gone over the time now. On behalf of the entire team of the Abba Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union, we'd like to say a massive, massive thanks to all of you who have given us your thumbs up, writing your comments, and sharing our information in different platforms. Let us work together for the betterment of Liberia and the rest of the world. Liberia is all that we have, but Africa is where we belong. Let us build a network. Let us strengthen ourselves. So if you are from Nigeria and you want to come on the show, you can just better text me. We will bring you out. We need to integrate our society. We need to invite others to show us and speak to us about ways and means of other areas, how they do things. So we would like to invite people. I know I've received 3 or 4 messages which I will respond to, and I will be inviting you from Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, and the rest of the planet. So I like to say thank you once more, and please share the message. Join us tomorrow. We will be live, and bringing you more inspirational, educative, and unity, the message of hope for the future of Africa. My name is Madam Abba A. Anderson, and I'm your usual host. Good night, and God bless you all. Thank you for coming. Turning in. Thank
you. Fellow Liberians, as we all have entered this year 2023, we have to stand strong in building our country's economy. In doing this, we need to focus on agriculture by going back to the soil, which will help us grow our food, that will help us sustain ourselves. It is often said, and I quote, "There's only one thing that can bring our country down and also has the potential of giving our country its bright color. Our dependence on foreign countries for food and energy have led us to be spectators of our country's economy, knowing that agriculture is the backbone of our country's economy." Fellow citizens, I argue you all join the ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Africa 24 Online TV with their host, Ma Abba A. Anderson, the CEO and founder of ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. For our live educative section under the topic, "Let's educate our farmers."
So we say thank you and good night for now. Bye-bye.